Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello, my name is AKALIL ZUHAIR bin AHMAD ZAHIRUDIN. So today I'll be presenting about my case study, which is about approaching students with low academic performance, veteran versus novice, or handling low achievers. So the objectives of this study is to study the perspectives of both veteran and novice teachers towards students who have low academics, and also to study their strategies and also approaches of veteran and novice teachers in helping these students learn in class. So we're gonna see some sample interview answers in how they help their students in class in terms of motivation, in terms of learning, in terms of learning or teaching methods, and also how they cater to their students in general. Okay, so why did I choose this topic for my case study? So throughout my own academic journey, I faced struggles that have made my school life feel very overwhelming at times. Whether it was difficulty in keeping up with lessons, feeling unmotivated, or just not knowing how to ask for help, I've experienced first-hand experience what it's like to struggle academically. Because of this, I understand how easy it is for students to feel discouraged and overlooked when they don't perform well in school. So this personal experience has made me passionate about understanding why some students struggle, and more importantly, how teachers, schools, and even peers can support them in a way that builds confidence rather than discouragement. I believe that academic performance isn't just about intelligence, it's also about the environment, the support system, what the ministry does for their students, and a mindset that a student has, importantly. So by studying this topic, I want to explore effective ways and perspectives to approach and support students with low academic performance. And I want to ensure that they are not left behind, but instead find ways to give them encouragement and the tools they need to succeed. So in total, I have found 5 different articles from 5 different authors that relate closely to my topic. So these articles provide valuable insights into the challenges that students face in education, including factors such as English or language proficiency, instructional methods, motivation, and other influences. So by using evidence and citations from these articles, I will highlight some common trends observed in different settings, especially in Malaysia and our educational system specifically. So some examples talk about how students' lack of foundational skills or foundational knowledge impacts their overall academic performance. Meanwhile, some other research explores how motivation plays a crucial role in language acquisition and success. So by analyzing these perspectives, I aim to provide a well-rounded discussion on the barriers of education and some potential solutions that may be conducted in the future. So throughout this presentation, I will reference these findings to support my arguments and offer a deeper understanding of the issue. Now, in terms of my methods, I have chosen the qualitative methods, which is to conduct interviews with teachers to gain a deeper understanding regarding the issues revolving around poor achieving students and strategies to help them. And for my data sampling, for the participants, I have chosen 2 teachers, experienced and novice, who have experience with these type of students, and also I have used purposive sampling. The teachers were chosen based on the experience in handling low achievers. Now, in terms of my methods, I have chosen the qualitative methods, which is to conduct interviews with teachers to gain a deeper understanding regarding the issues revolving around poor achieving students and strategies to help them. And for my data sampling, for the participants, I have chosen 2 teachers, experienced and novice, who have experience with these type of students, and also I have used purposive sampling. The teachers were chosen based on the experience in handling low achievers. Now, based on the findings of the articles and also the interviews I've conducted, one of the key challenges that students face in achieving academic success is an overloaded curriculum. There are too many subjects with heavy workloads, and students often struggle to keep up, leading to stress and burnout. And also, a lot of parents, teachers, and the students find that the curriculum nowadays is too advanced for students to learn. I've heard that some students are learning quantum physics in their high school years, so evidently it's very hard for like a high school 17-year-old student to learn something like that. Now, another major factor is the lack of motivation. When students don't see the relevance of what they're learning or feel disengaged, so their performance naturally declines. Like I mentioned, some students learning quantum physics in their syllabus. So like they would think that why would a Form 5 student be learning this type of subject or this type of topic? So without encouragement or a sense of purpose, it becomes difficult for them to stay focused. Now, lastly, family issues play a very significant role. Some personal struggles at home, financial difficulties, or lack of parent support can create an unstable learning environment. So it makes it harder for students to concentrate and excel in school as they're constantly thinking of outside factors or such as their family at home affecting them. So addressing these issues require a combined effort from educators, parents themselves, and friends to create a more supportive and effective learning environment. What strategies, theories, or methods do you use to support and help the students improve in their academics?
Okay, from my experience, I use personalized teaching, extra help outside class, and encourage student engagement through feedback and praises. Nowadays, I think teachers are lack of praising the pupils or students in the classroom.
What strategies, theories, or even methods do you use to support and help students improve in class?
Okay, I have two kind of strategy. The first is I'm using the motivational strategy, which is I'm using the extrinsic and intrinsic motivation style of teaching. Means on the students itself, I want them to feel like they are part of the learning process. So when they feel like they are part of the learning process, they feel like they have their own power. We like to have our own power in deciding something, right? So it's like Montessori, where we let the students decide themselves, but somehow in the controlled situation, so that we are still in charge, but at the same time they feel like they have the rights and power to decide on their activities, so that they will feel more motivated towards the subject itself. And that's the first one. The second one is the external motivation, where I will give a bit of, you can say, comments, praises, gifts to the students. Not There's no need to give a big and extravagant gift. Maybe small ones like books, pens. Maybe you can start with short books or novels that you can give to the students for them to improve the English. Okay, and the other method is I'm using scaffolding method, where it's like you are building a building something. At first, when you're building it, you need to build a lot of scaffolding, isn't it? But when you already in the middle of making it, the scaffolding will be reduced one by one, pieces by pieces, half by half. So that's the method that I use. At the first part of teaching, maybe first year, early part of year, I'm giving a lot of helps. But during the second part, which is the middle part, I will reduce the help by half, and then towards the end, I will reduce more than half help that I've given, so that I can see the autonomy, the students' autonomy when they are learning, and how can they progress themselves in learning the language.
So obviously, these teachers have a lot of similarities and differences regarding their perspectives, opinions, and even their approaches towards these students. But first of all, let's talk about their similarities. Both teachers, they share a strong belief in the importance of fostering not just academic skills but also a student's confidence. They emphasize the need for a balanced approach in teaching that nurtures both intellectual growth and also their emotional well-being. Not only that, they both advocate for the use of differentiated teaching strategies that adjust to students' diverse learning needs, ensuring that every student receives the support they require to succeed. However, what truly unites them is their shared concern about the systematic issues within the educational system, our Kementerian Pendidikan. They recognize the challenges posed by standardized curriculum, the limited resources provided by the ministry, and also factors affecting students' performance. These concerns highlight a common understanding that teaching effectiveness is influenced not only by personal approaches, but by also the structural limitations within their working place. Now, let's talk about their differences. So while both Cikgu Shofat and Sir Hakim are committed in enhancing student engagement, their teaching approaches differ a lot. So Cikgu Shofan tends to stick to more traditional teaching methods, focusing on established techniques and frameworks, or worksheets and standardized tests. His style is a bit more hands-off in terms of student interaction, preferring to allow students to work through problems independently. And also regarding personal problems, he usually refers them to third parties such as the school's counselor, or uses parent-teacher conferences to study or know about the student's personal life. His strategy also relies heavily on praise and encouragement to keep his students motivated, fostering a positive and supportive classroom environment. But in contrast, Sir Hakim adopts a much more hands-on approach. He actively engages with students during lessons, providing more direct involvement in their learning process, and also he takes care of his students' personal life, or he takes care of his students personally outside of lessons and classes. Additionally, Sir Hakim combines both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, offering rewards as incentives for students' progress. He also integrates technology and social media into his lessons, making the learning experience more interactive and relevant to today's digital age, especially in the Generation Z and Generation Alpha's generation right now. So despite these differences, both teachers aim to create an environment where students feel encouraged and supported in their academic journey, even if the methods and tools they use to achieve this may vary a lot. In conclusion, both teachers, they adapt strategies based on students' needs. However, they say that time constraints and the rigid curriculum make it very difficult. Both teachers also agree that building student self-esteem is just as important as improving their academic performance. They also say that today's students are much more engaged with technology, which require new approaches beyond traditional teaching methods. They also face limited resources, overwhelming workloads, and too much of a big syllabus, which hinders effective intervention for the students. And they also emphasize that the schools or the government should invest more in teacher training, integrating technology into learning, and to create a more supportive and flexible education system or syllabus. So I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening.